Another Tony Soprano shirt today.
You like that?
Yeah. This is even more Tony than the last one.
So I had my firemen come in this morning.
Mm-hmm.
They had a guest on their show today, and it was like the fire chief of like fucking Boston or Cambridge some shit. And he was like Jordan Peterson with a fucking handlebar mustache. Like the dude was amazing.
Was he here or like over Zoom?
Dude, when that episode comes out, you should actually watch it because
yeah,
he was sitting right there.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I know, right?
Quick
question. But what?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going. I'm sorry.
It's too late now. You gotta.
I know, but now I've stopped. So
okay, I was just gonna the rain's not gonna be a problem, right? The sound.
Listen to him now. He's all concerned.
No,
concerned with the
I
edit.
doubt it. Right?
I got a fan
right?
going.
I don't think
it.
Do I look flustered?
No, you seem pretty relaxed.
Right.
This is a different.
When
Nick.
we had the gun, did I forgot about the
This
gun?
is a different Nick. He's like.
Yeah.
Woo.
Just wait. You'll say something, kid. You always do. That's what it is. There's no bird left. Settle down. That's what it is. Settle down. Let's go. Come on.
Did you see the news the other day? Or no, Boston, like those two kids that were in like the Boston Commons area.
Oh, the 14-year-olds,
like the 13-year-olds that like.
What?
I laughed at it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're getting. It was two college kids from Suffolk because Emerson sends out emails whenever something in that area like happens.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, it's 6:30 today, middle of the day." Two Suffolk students were like mugged or something by 11 to 14-year-olds.
No, there's like they're like juveniles, but there was like a totally. Before that happened, I think more shit happened. They like walked into like a cafe, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
And then like they asked for drinks and the guy was like, no. And they started like ripping shit off the walls and like throwing shit, like making a ruckus in there. And then like an officer showed up.
I don't know. I'm just saying if you're the two Suffolk students and you kind of, you go, yeah, these two 11-year-olds.
Pussy.
Yeah, what?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like, okay, can we just admit that like the three of us, like, you're small fry. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like you're a thick kid. I'm a big boy, clearly. Fucking Jolly Green over here. Like you don't want to have. He walks in. Like the But like nobody's gonna walk. Like if the three of us were walking down the street.
Yeah, like
somewhere.
What 11-year-old's gonna be like?
Two 11-year-olds walk
targets.
up. They're gonna be like, maybe we pick the next guy.
Yeah.
You know,
and then
like who knows how big?
Right.
It could have been like.
I'll do some research. I'll see.
Then I guess like the cop.
Unless it was like Alex.
Yeah.
Size.
Right.
You know.
Then I guess the cop showed up and like it was a cop of color and they were like saying shit to him like names and shit.
What does that mean?
So were the kids white?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
What color was the cop? Green? The fuck? Cop of color. What does that mean? Cop of color.
Black.
Oh. Cop of color. Okay, I could go for some cop of color right now.
Cop of color.
Oh, I get an idea. Topic idea.
I'm listening. Go.
This is a question I
Cup
like
of
to
gold?
ask people. No, it's not Italian related. Hang on.
Well, how the fuck did you get an idea when I say cop of gold?
No, I was just like thinking.
Okay, you twist in the one that goes in and out, and then you have the.
That is? No, I want.
Yeah, there's a small one. Yeah, what the fuck are you breaking my
No,
shit?
this is actually fine right here.
This is annoying.
Anyway, no, this is a question. This is a question that I present to people a lot. It's a good conversation starter. Gun to your head. Okay, just listen. You're in a room, hostage situation, gun to your head. They say you have to choose a conspiracy theory that you believe is right or true. That is, hasn't been confirmed or denied, but they know what's true or not. So you have to say this one is true, and if it's not, so basically,
I'd love to start with this one.
Yeah.
Great way, and RJ's trying to get me demonetized before I even have enough subscribers to monetize the channel. I
usually make an exception though that you can't choose Epstein because I feel like everyone just kind of
because that's true.
That. Yeah.
You said conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but that
means that it's probably not true, but there's just enough facts that it might be true. Right?
Or
is that not what a conspiracy theory is?
Well, the majority that it has some divisiveness because I feel like the majority of people agree that
but like Santa Claus ain't a conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, so
George Bush did 9/11.
all right, let's bring it. Let's bring it home real quick. Welcome back to episode. Holy Christ, episode what? 7, 8, 8?
I think it's 8.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Shit,
Settle down,
time's
podcast,
Yeah, settle down with the podcast, there, Nick.
buddy. I can't help it. I'm addicted now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. No, I like the whole podcast game. So welcome back, everybody. Before we get started, make sure you smash that like button.
Oh wow.
And
Smash that subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment on RJ's outfit and the lack of dress that he decided to show. And that's all right. It's all right. I wore a button down for this,
sweatpants too.
but I almost suited up today.
I
All
want to
right.
be comfortable. I feel like a podcast is a very
what I'm
comfortable
saying.
thing.
It's
I'm
like,
comfy.
What does it matter
I
what
feel
we're
great.
wearing?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
talking,
I might
right?
just take all
There
my
was no
clothes
dress-
off right now.
There was no dress code given to me when
Yeah,
I
that's
said
true.
I was coming.
Yep.
True.
It's a little later in the evening than usual.
Hey, he's
winding.
got Benz, I get Supreme.
I'm in the middle of a
Yeah, yeah,
sentence.
yeah.
We're fine.
Exactly.
That's weird.
We're fine.
Isn't that strange?
I do
I'm
like
sorry
your shirt, though,
that
Nick.
the middle of my sentence interrupted the beginning of yours. But when I'm done, I'll let you know. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. And RJ just posed a question. Go ahead. Give us the question one more
Yes.
time for the viewers
Okay,
at home.
so for everyone listening too, give your answer in below. If gun to your head, what are you laughing at?
Nothing go. You said
All right.
give your answer. In
Gun to yeah. What is that? This is the
I don't know,
comments.
buddy. The fucking funniest thing on your podcast the other day was when you go fucking. If you like this video, give a like. How you doing?
Oh yeah.
You peed my fucking
Yeah, I just
I
uploaded
peed.
it.
Oh man.
Anyway, yes, gun to your head.
Yeah.
The person with the gun asks, you have to give me one conspiracy theory that you think is true. Now, assuming this person with the gun knows everything.
Do they give you like an option, like 3 options, and then you
no,
gotta pick
no,
one?
No. You just gotta go. And now I'm gonna say we can't choose that Jeffrey Epstein was murdered.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's mine.
Okay. Oh, Popcorn Andrew.
Okay. I didn't know we were.
Well, I
going
can
this
throw
way.
out a few if you need some suggestions.
Go ahead. No, I didn't know if you still had to think.
Can we define? Can I define conspiracy theory before we get too deep?
Yes.
Just to make sure we're all on the same page. So my idea of a conspiracy theory is an event that happened in time, whether it's recent or a long time ago, whatever, that everyone in the general populace knows about, and it was told to the general populace that it happened one way, but there are enough coincidences, if you want to call enough things that looked like they happened in another way that something else could have happened. I know that's the weirdest fucking definition. Did that make sense?
That's
though?
good.
Yeah.
I would
Caveat.
retract the word event
Yeah.
because I think it could be like there's a popular one is that like they have a cure for cancer, but they
Yeah.
don't tell anyone about it.
Yeah,
'Cause-
but
Would that not be an event?
no, but like
No,
it's an ongoing thing.
like you can say
you're
aliens
saying like
are
9/11
real,
is
too.
an
But
event.
I feel like every time we have guests on the show, this is a kind of you just said that the last episode we did with the Alec Baldwin thing was really nice, and I agreed. I thought it was great. Every time it's just me and this kid, we have a great conversation. But every fucking time we have another person, a third party, be it Andrew, be it RJ, whoever the fuck, you get this, you cop this fucking tood where you're like. Oh, I got my Supreme fucking candy cane sweatpants on. Get your hand out of my camera. They can't even fucking see my face.
Here he goes. Okay, what did I say?
My point.
What did I say though?
It's a great game. You're like, oh no, it's not confusing. No, it's not an event. It's not fucking fun. You're wrong, Nick. Shut up and sit on the couch and be quiet. Like, it's fucking-
Okay, when did you're wrong, Nick? Sit up and shut up on the couch. Come out of my mouth.
I mean, I've never heard of that. Whatever. Go.
I don't know. I don't even know where I was saying.
Cure for the cancer.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say that's an event. I would say
Yeah.
that that's an ongoing conspiracy. I think like what's another one?
Like aliens are real.
Yeah,
You know, like, that's not
but
like
I
an
feel like
event.
that's
Is that a
that's too
conspiracy?
broad.
I
That's
feel like
too
we're getting
broad.
to a point now, and I'm not even messing around. Like, I feel like we're getting to a point where like it's just kind of common knowledge that like there's something else out
Yeah,
there.
I would say that's a little too broad.
Yeah.
Like yes, event. Most of them.
Yeah,
are
you know how I feel
probably
about
events.
broads. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say most of them are events, but there's exceptions. I think. But now
The broads coming at that. We got to laugh at you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's the question. So now that do you want me to throw some out for you if you don't have one off the top of your head?
I'll start with mine.
your
I'm afraid to say the one that I'm thinking of.
What are you
I'm
thinking?
gonna say mine.
I'm really, I mean, again, not like monetization's even really a big
Yeah.
deal, but like do we get into? I mean, well, no,
Okay,
I got one. I got one.
Start us off, baby.
I don't know if it's even really conspiracy anymore.
just
See, that's the
say
thing.
it, and I'll tell you if
The
it's-
Kennedy assassination.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
who do you think did it?
Oh, the mob all day long. I think they were hired.
yes. Okay. I see
Yep.
what you're saying.
I
By
like
the
like
CIA
literally like the
or
Irishman
the
style.
FBI.
Oh, okay, could be. See, that's the thing with the conspiracy. There could be a whole bunch of different ways that it goes. It could have been the FBI. It could have been an inside
I
thing.
think it was them.
You don't think it was?
If you watch The
the mob?
Irishman, they'll tell you it was the mob.
Well, they'll say
Yeah.
it was the Teamsters.
But I think it could have been a combination.
Yeah.
It could have been they hired the mob
Or-
to
yeah,
do
the
it.
I got to
mob,
tell you,
yeah.
I said on the last episode that Nick hates the unions, whatever. Insert instant replay from last episode here. But like, I got a lot of friends with the well, not a lot, but I got some friends who are Teamster people, and they're pretty cool guys. They're not bad. I don't
Who
have
said
an issue with the
Teamsters
Teamsters.
were bad?
No, I'm just saying that like I kind of just also said that the Teamsters killed JFK. So
Okay. But the Teamsters were just working with the mob.
just making sure I make it to my
Yeah.
car tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Right. All right.
All right.
Well, so who do you think did it? Just the mob?
The actual
What's the
actual
situation?
execution
The mob,
of the
because of the whole like Kennedy, the brother Robert Kennedy prosecution stuff, they killed JFK.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they didn't like the stuff that he was preaching. I think the Cuban Missile Crisis was a big problem. I think that a lot of shit, be it the FBI who hired them or whatever. I think that because Jack Ruby was he was a mob guy, right? Mob associate,
Mhm.
the guy that killed Oswald.
Oh yeah.
No.
I don't know too much about the other like.
Buddy, you ready to do a fucking deep dive into fucking JFK?
I've seen I listen to Oliver Stone on Rogan. He's big on the JFK stuff. He was talking about all the.
You just told me you
redacted
don't know.
files.
This kid, he
Should
goes,
we-
he goes.
alright,
I don't know. I
should
don't know
we
that
all
much.
say what we believe, and then like we'll.
I
Just
thought we could
spiral
each have
off
our
of it.
own turn to like go through the thing.
No,
Take
I
maybe
think that
10 minutes.
too.
And
I
then
don't
wrap
even
up
know
the
what
show.
mine
I'm
is
not
yet.
against that, Nick. I'm not against that.
I can't get over these fucking pants.
You like him. He likes
Buddy, you
him.
look like something
Yeah.
out of the what is it? It's stop. Hammer time. Whoa.
Oh, jeez,
Yeah,
But
that's
that's
how
what
you,
it is.
that's
He's
how
gonna
you
get up
feel
fucking
wearing
parachutes
this.
over here.
Yeah.
If you ever fall out of a plane, just grab him by the pants.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll holster you right up.
So Nick, let's with this conspiracy. So what were you saying?
Oh, I thought we were just naming them. I don't know. I mean, I can get into the whole like the whole
Well, we
story
can throw
of
a
it.
bunch out, I guess,
Yeah.
if you want it. What's
all right,
yours?
here's
You've been
mine.
itching
Yeah, but is
to
that
do
the way the murderers are gonna go? I mean, this started with gun to your head. That's how it started. Where you just start naming conspiracy theories. I'm JFK. Fucking.
I'm just saying. Do you think in that situation, if you said the mob killed JFK, would you
Yeah.
be killed? You believe you would survive? He would be like, "Yes, that is true. The mob killed JFK. You could leave."
Okay, so he's asking you to name a conspiracy.
He knows
a
everything.
common conspiracy theory. But if you guess one that's actually true and you guess it
He doesn't
right,
kill you.
He doesn't kill
Yes.
you. I feel like that could have been clarified a little better in the beginning.
Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, yeah. JFK. I feel like that would be that. I don't see why not.
Okay.
Go. Give me one. Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
he's gonna go.
Oh, go.
All right,
Go.
I'll go.
That's fine. Yeah, you brought it up. You go last.
I believe the Illuminati's real. I believe selling your soul for fame is real. And I believe cloning is real.
There's like 3 of them.
Those are all my conspiracy theories.
Okay. I got questions for all of them. But go ahead, Ajay. What's yours?
No, will you go in there?
What's yours?
I don't even know. It's funny.
How
I
can
thought
you
of
pose a
but I
question?
didn't
You don't
think
have an answer or
All right,
something you
here's
want
a
to
big
talk
one too.
about.
Here's a big one too. I also think 9/11 was an inside job.
That's the one I
Oh,
didn't
see,
want to
that's
say.
that's the one I don't. Do you both think it was?
Yeah.
To me, it's ridiculous.
Buddy,
I just
Clinton knew about Bin Laden. Dude, I've done so much
Have you ever
research
heard-
every year on this.
Listen to this.
You want to hear how psychotic I am?
I don't know.
Every
even know
year
if
on
you know
9/11, I watch the news coverage of 9/11. Is that
Yeah.
is that
this. I
psychotic?
don't even,
watched
I don't
it
even
in
know
class.
if you know this
no.
one.
Every year though, it's like a fucking
yeah.
thing.
I don't know.
Because
Very
I was
weird.
alive for it, so like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember it.
So was
I
I.
wanna-
I was a dollar years old.
Really?
Yeah.
But I was in second grade.
Yeah.
I remember it. My mom got called out of work because
My
we
mom
lived.
was in New York.
Buddy, my mom was like, "Oh, I'm going to work." My dad was like, "You're not leaving the house.
Yeah.
Sit down." You know what I mean? It was bad.
I wanna see. Have you ever heard of? I think it's Building 19 or Building 11 Some with 9/11. Have you ever heard of that?
Building number 7, you fucking.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Momo.
7. That's what it was. You ever heard of that?
Have I ever heard of Building
Well,
7?
Is this the
Clearly you
theory that
have.
there were bombs placed in the?
Planet
Well,
Right,
so Building 7 collapsed at the end of the day. They were doing. There's coverage of it. There's a lady doing coverage of it with it standing in the background when it fell, and
It
she was like,
literally
"Oh,
just
another
falls.
one just fell."
Out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
dude.
plane, no nothing, just collapse.
Collapse. I'll pull up a video and I'll insert it
insert
here.
that,
Pause for
yeah.
2 seconds.
Out of nowhere.
Well, here's
That's
my immediate.
That's
that's
statement.
like my biggest reason of why I believe it was.
So
an
this was a
incident.
random thing that happened.
We don't have them. Oh, no one's behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I was gonna say my immediate question to that would be that, like, what was the proximity between this building and the other two? Because I feel like
Well, it was
the
on the same-
buildings collapsing
same
could maybe
street.
shake the
It
foundation.
was on the same. It was on the same thing. It was on the same campus, obviously.
It's a pretty crazy video.
collapse of World Trade Center 7.
Oh, come
Oh,
on!
wow. You want to watch a full documentary?
Look!
This is it.
Look! But that's Building 7. What? Tell me this. No plane.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it nothing blew up.
That you saw.
But I'm just saying, you like theoretically
That you saw.
If two huge skyscrapers
So this
fell,
is why it's a
don't you think
conspiracy.
that
Ho
could
ho
have
ho
shaken
ho
the
ho!
foundation
This is why it's a
of another-
conspiracy. So again,
Mm-hmm.
that you saw. So again, listen. I'm not even a big conspiracy theorist. I feel like sometimes I'm not. I like the topic and it's great for a podcast.
Yeah.
But I mean, like if this was just regular conversations,
you're
like,
not
oh,
into that
fucking
shit,
waste of
yeah.
time. You know what I mean? You just go over round and around and around in your head, and there's like always somebody's always gonna negate stuff. I think when people start getting the flat Earth shit, though, I kind of fall off the wagon a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But things like that, like Building 7,
Yeah, that shit creeps me out. That,
you know, I think the thing that's really weird about the whole September 11th thing is it's not like. Okay, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this.
Don't get us canceled.
I know. It's not that it's a conspiracy theory. Like, I don't believe that our government were the people flying the planes. There are people that will tell you that they were like remote controlled aircraft and they hijacked. There was nobody there. Blah blah. No. But we knew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're saying we knew about it and let it happen.
Yeah.
That's your stance.
And they acted. If you watch on Netflix right now, great documentary on Netflix right now is, or it might be Apple TV Plus, but there's a War Room inside Bush's like mobile command, and now there is a craziness to the technology of it because Air Force One on 9/11, like they'd be flying right. So he was in. Okay, let's just recap really quick. He on Tuesday, September 11, 2001, George Bush is in Florida. He's visiting a school, and they're reading to him. Okay, plane hits the first tower, and they set up everywhere the president goes. They set up a mobile command center, like just to like conference with the White House and whatever, right? In case something happens. Something happened clearly. First plane hits the tower. They're watching it on this TV, big roll-around tube TV like a piece of furniture, right? And the second plane hits, and that's when the guy walks in and said to Bush, like, second plane hit the tower, America's under attack. And you can, it's so, to watch this documentary play out, to watch Bush's face, like when he like leans, he's like, oh yeah, kids, whatever. Like it's like he just melts, dude. It's like, oh,
I've seen the clip of that. Yeah.
And like at the time, would anybody know he was melting? Maybe, but like all the press. See, this is the thing. It's 2001, so you got to think everybody has a pager. Nobody has an iPhone. It didn't come out until 2007. So like the technology, that kind of stuff, it wasn't really around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all the press that are in there with cameras and whatever and everything, he's in a second grade class. They're reading to him, you know? And so in the moment, did they know what he was just told? Like he doesn't really give off any sort of like crazy vibe because he couldn't because he's the
shock.
Oh, yeah. But like, it's also like whatever facial expression you make right now is going to determine how this thing goes.
Right.
Like right when you first get told, you know.
Well,
what?
Well, I was gonna say, like, regardless of people's thoughts.
But if he broke down and started crying,
I feel like one of the positives of him was he held
it together.
Held it together for that whole like visiting the memorial. I feel like that was a good. Well, I think everyone at that time responded
his
well.
His approval rating on September 12th was like 99%.
After Katrina.
Well, yeah, it was like 5 years later.
Right.
But I'm saying, and so this is why this shit is a conspiracy to me, though. The 16 or whatever it was pilots that flew those planes in the buildings, they were Saudi Arabian. So why are we going to Iraq? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and again, there's so much more to it. There's a whole, or Afghanistan. There's so much more to like all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But like 16 Saudis hijack a couple planes and we're like, yep, we're coming into Afghanistan. That don't really line up to me.
But that's because Al Qaeda was.
Sure, whatever they say, and the weapons of mass destruction,
saying,
and like
this,
what about the weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist?
Okay, but that Iraq is a different question.
Is it though?
The war in Afghanistan was justified because of the Al Qaeda part.
Listen, I'm not saying you're wrong. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm right. What I'm saying is there's enough questions surrounding this shit, and it's spiraled for the past 21 years.
Right.
To like, there was just so much shit.
It's way
like,
deeper.
World War II. Who's the bad guy? My grandmother used to. My grandfather, he loves to watch the World War II shit on the History Channel, right?
Yeah.
My grandmother, God rest her soul, before she died, she would come downstairs and she would say to my grandfather, she'd see him watching History Channel, and she'd go, "Charlie, who won?" You know what I mean? Because she knows who won. We're here. We're not speaking German. But like, who's the bad guy in World War II? Clearly, it's Hitler, right?
Yeah.
We know, but like, we know who the bad guy was. There were like 9 bad guys in 18 different places all at the same time on a Tuesday and a Wednesday and like maybe Thursday at noon, and some of them have bombs and some of them don't, and there's a guy with a beard, there's a guy who runs a country, and we're just going to send hundreds of thousands of our 18-year-old boys over there to die. And I just felt like that was kind of boys and girls, but like I thought that was just, there's a lot of shit. I felt like we used that event as an excuse.
I totally
Osama
agree.
bin Laden blew up a portion of the U.S. Embassy in Kenya during the Clinton years. We did nothing. We did nothing except go pick up some dead bodies. Like, we did nothing. 93. Oh shit! In 93, they bombed the basement, the parking garage of the World Trade Center. No extra precautions taken. No extra security measures taken.
Yeah.
Do I believe the buildings were like imploded? Of course not. That's bullshit. I don't believe they're imploded at all. I've seen documentaries on how those buildings were built. You have a wireframe exterior, and there's these little like hooks on the inside, and then you have these pancake platforms. That's how they built it for so cheap. And they built all this stuff up, and then you have your steel columns in the middle, and they built those buildings like nothing, dude. They were like, oh, crank them out, let's go. So when you heat up that stuff, and all it takes is those little hooks on the sides to start melting a little bit, one pancake goes, the rest of them go, you're done. Because you got office furniture, you got everything else, you got fuel, plane parts, everything. It's crazy.
So why can't that have been how the 7th building, the World Trade Center?
Because it wasn't touched. That's the part that's weird.
But if 2 skyscrapers collapsed,
if I fall over right now, I'm a big boy. If I fall over right now, you're just gonna fall over?
I mean, I don't think that's a good argument. This is 2 very different things.
It's not, because there were 2 freestanding buildings. That's the part that's weird. So I do feel like. Listen, buddy, I don't know. It's a conspiracy. I don't know.
Right, but
it's bullshit.
But this is the one you chose, so we got to talk about it.
No. You didn't know what Building 7 was. That's why I'm going off on the thing. Anyway, you should watch the documentary, though. It's a great documentary.
But I have one more follow-up question.
Go for it. Go.
If you're like conspiracy bases that they knew about it, did George Bush know?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because
I don't think so. I
I'm
was
of the
way
mind that
the fuck deeper
Bush
than
was
that.
kind of like a clueless guy, I think, in a lot of things.
I think all presidents are.
And I feel like
I think all presidents are.
Yeah.
All of them. Trump, everybody. Fucking clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly. You talk about clueless. I don't know. Let's talk about the guy who's in office right now. But,
Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated.
I think all presidents are. It's either a 4 or an 8-year term, you know. But then you have these career people in the CIA, the FBI, whatever it is, that are there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Yeah. Who knows what they know that we don't know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, by year 50, the generals, the 5-star generals that are there, and everybody's got the clearance where they've shaken hands with aliens, like those guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they got the above. They eat lunch with the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, and the Tooth Fairy.
You know?
Illuminati. I want to get into that one too because I have questions for it.
Which one?
The Illuminati one.
But Bohemian Grove.
Another great documentary that came out, kind of similar to this. It's on Netflix. It's the Church of the C Street Church or whatever it is. The C built. There's shit everywhere.
Oh yeah,
there's shit everywhere. I feel like that's going to be the most memorable part of the early 2000s, from 2000 to 2100, or from 1990 to 2090, whatever it is. Like that range is just the uncovering and dismantling of
the earth,
the shit that we've covered up for the previous 200 years. Yeah. You know, I just don't know how it got to this so quickly. It's probably technology. It's probably technology. That's what it is.
Well, I was going to say to your point about like Hitler.
Yeah.
I'm not, obviously Hitler was the villain, but I'm saying we weren't alive during World War II, so we've learned what we did from history, what history has been written.
Sure.
Now think about, say,
yeah, buddy, if
9/11, if we were born not at this time and we like read a history book 20 years from now, we'd believe how it was written. You know what I'm saying? But 9/11 is so different.
That I don't disagree. I mean, that I disagree with. You know why? Because we don't know what technology is going to be. Everybody's going to Neuralink the fuck out of it.
No, right. I'm just saying if it was like it was in World War II.
And if a 9/11 happened now, like tomorrow, God forbid, but if something like that happened tomorrow,
truth's uncovered.
Do you know how much video evidence TikTok? Think about the amount of video coverage, and you can't hide shit anymore. I think the government's pissed about it, bro.
Yeah.
Because you really can't. Dude, with TikTok and Snapchat and all the like live streaming on Facebook and all you do is click one button, you're live for the world to see, dude.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, how what's my cousin? How crazy is that though?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Different worlds.
Pretty fucked up.
This is what I'm saying. In 2001, the president was like the last guy to know because he was not sitting in front of a TV. Nowadays, bro, it's crazy. They got FBI listening to me right now. How you doing?
And China.
Yeah. Never know.
Yeah.
There's cameras on the phones, mics on the phones.
Oh, yeah, dude. They're listening to everything.
Who's listening? Yeah.
So, anyway, but like, you know, I feel like that was really the last real event. The last really major public event was 9/11 that they could have covered up if it was a cover-up.
Yeah.
Because of, like, look at the Me Too movement, Harvey Weinstein. Like, anything that was pre-cell phone, you get away with whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
Whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Murder, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Now, can't get on the table.
Yeah, you can't get that's why I feel like if something like 9/11 was to happen now, like, the truth would be untold the next day. No matter what, inside job or not, like, everyone knows what actually happened the next day.
Especially with, like, hackers
and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like, anyone can fucking get on anyone's phone now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't disagree. What else you got?
Yeah, what's yours?
Well, did you want to talk about this Illuminati thing first or no?
I still want you to pick one.
All right. I want to hear yours.
Let me think of one. I think the ancient Egyptians had contact.
I have a theory. Go.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily say that they built the pyramids, but I think if you look at some of those hieroglyphs and those pictures that they drew, it's pretty interesting.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
In the future, someone invents time. Hear me out.
No,
it's
listening.
A wild and crazy theory, but I think it'll, I think in the future, someone invents time travel it works, they can't get back, then that's how history started. That's how we got where we're at. Does that make sense or no?
Wait.
No,
Okay.
because
I think 1,000 years from now, whatever, right?
Yeah, they
one
time
of
travel
those humans
to present.
tries to get to present,
Yeah.
but they go way too far back.
Yeah.
Go to the ancient Egyptians. Like, all right, let's build some shit.
And then this is our life now.
They give them the technology and all that stuff.
right, but you're not saying civilization started because of that, because there were civilizations way before them.
I didn't say there weren't.
Oh.
I'm saying that that technology, we today still don't know how they were built.
Exactly.
The pyramids.
Have you ever seen the video on that? There's a guy that brings up massive points.
I'm sorry, did you say video?
Yeah.
There's 10,000 videos.
Yeah, but they're how can these people lift these 2-3 ton stone whatever up a slope that's more than 90 degrees? You know what I mean? It's
it's insane.
You can't. You can't. And then that's where the theory comes in that did these ancient civilizations have better technology than we do in present? You know
I think that's a whole other thing is I've been watching a lot of these where they're starting to uncover that civilizations
You're good.
might have existed before our history books that we don't even even before Sumer, which is what they consider the first civilization. They're saying some guy that was on Rogan, a historian, was talking about how the Amazon rainforest, they're starting to uncover foundations of a civilization, massive civilization that would overgrown by the forest and stuff like that. And I even Atlantis, I'm starting to believe was real.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shit like that.
I don't disagree. There was that one ancient city or whatever that had the guy at the. It was they were on the coast. And they had at the end, right where boats would pass through, they had a giant statue of a guy who was standing there for a while. I forget the name of it, so I just sound like a moron now. But there was a guy who was letting ships come in and out, and I don't know, it was just crazy.
Yeah, and that's the stuff again.
Statue of a god. He was 75 feet tall. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The statue.
The stones and stuff that look like faces of animals or whatever stuff.
The Sphinx, and stuff.
Yep, the stones.
I said that like a Schwitz.
Yeah, you did a little bit. I thought it was what are you
the ancient creatures that
stay a while,
once roamed the earth, dinosaurs and shit.
Yeah.
That stuff. That stuff interests me too.
So whether you believe in God or the universe or whatever, right? I do think it's very interesting. I like this later at night shit.
Yeah,
it's very relaxed, dude.
Yeah.
I'm very
getting shit
on
on for coming in.
It's different.
All right, sensitive. Settle down. The what's it called? The what was I saying?
You're talking about whether you believe in God.
Okay. I feel like the Ice Age, right? God or the universe or whatever it is. The Ice Age, Pangea, all these times where things get wiped out and reset. Right. It's definitely God or the universe or whatever. That higher power. That thing that we can't control.
Exactly.
That's you know what? This ain't working for me.
Let's
try again.
Theory of simulation. Living in a simulation or whatever.
I have a theory.
Just wait till you get unplugged, kid. Just wait till you get unplugged, and you come out of it.
Yeah, sure.
But
that means something's real.
That was a movie I wanted to write. Actually, I was thinking about it. I didn't know where it was going to go or how it was.
It's called The
end.
Matrix.
No. So ready? Here's my proposal.
Someone steal it.
Copywritten. Copywritten.
It's just copywritten.
One long beep. All right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so it's we should do a podcast like that where it's just a round table of writers and shit. We just pitch all day. When Jack Barricky, when you come on this show this summer, 110%. It's not really a question. I'll drag your ass up here. So when you come on the show though, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a round table, writers round table, and we'll all pitch stuff. But this is something that it's a recurring thought that I have when it's what do you want to write about? So kind of like The Matrix, where they're plugged in, right? But it's it's more like a tanning salon. So for really rich people in the future, so the whole story would take place in the future, right? And 1 hour of time in this tanning booth, whatever it is, in your head, when you can have a million dreams in a night,
Yeah.
So 1 hour of time in this tanning booth is an entire lifetime in this dream world, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you wake up, you're a little disoriented. So whenever you die in the dream world, right?
This is when you
wake
get birthed in the.
No, you just wake up out of the tanning bed. It's like you got to go back to the office, whatever it is.
Right.
So you live a whole life, and it's only for the really rich people and all this stuff. So there's got to be some sort of pill or medication or something, because after spending what you think is an entire lifetime somewhere else, how do you get back your memories and everything? So I figured when they wake up out of the tanning bed, you have like a nurse there or something who's like, "Oh, did you enjoy your experience? Take the pill, please."
It's kind of like Avatar.
Kind of,
legit,
but it's like that's still real time though.
Yeah.
Like they walk through, they plug in, and it's just
They get back. Jake has memories. He knows like what's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like you take this pill, and maybe for the rest of the day you're able to tell these stories about this. I was just in the tanning thing, and I was this, and I was that, and whatever.
It's advanced like VR.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's that theory too. Like.
But you actually are someone from history.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that stuff's been written too.
What do you
like.
mean?
Like you.
Oh, you're an historical figure.
Not like a famous one necessarily, but like.
Oh, but you.
Someone that has an
Right.
impact.
So what are you saying now?
This is my point, so it's got to get interesting. So the twist would be like this up to this point would all be like common knowledge, right? So the thing takes place in the future. This is just a thing that they have in the future.
This sounds like Assassin's Creed too. You ever play that?
Yeah,
Great game.
original one way back.
Great
I used to
game.
perch up on a corner of a building and then just drop down and shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
good.
the best, and then they just
Out the friggin'.
yeah, the best
Oh,
dude.
it's so lit. So lit.
So good,
Like in the British guards and you just take on like 80 of them with a sword.
the best.
Great game. All right, to get back to topic. Here we go. Let's go. I love conspiracy talk, dude. It's like my favorite.
Yeah,
fucking
This is more
thing.
like a movie plot, but
It's like my favorite fucking thing.
so a guy's got to go under and then not take the pill when he wakes up, because like at the end of this, like you take this pill and you have these memories, but it's more like now it feels like you just watched
Sounds
a
a lot
movie.
like the Matrix with these pills.
I don't know, dude. Maybe it's
Yeah,
an
that's
injection.
also-
Maybe it's I don't know, like a reset
That's
neural
also
link.
like when you look like if we're actually in a simulation, right?
Well, think about Neuralink and everything.
Yeah, that's
Have you seen Westworld?
no.
Oh,
Good first season. Good first
But
season.
like
It got worse as the
yes.
seasons went on. I thought the season 2 wasn't bad either, but it was
It
definitely
all
slipping
right,
at the
but
end.
Season 3, I stopped watching.
Oh, I watched the whole thing. I was disappointed, but I watched when I make the commitment, especially 3
Should
seasons.
have been a limited series, but anyway.
Dude, imagine just the first season when you like figure out. Oh, dude,
It's good.
it's
very good.
It's done a little like Dunkirky a little bit.
Oh yes, yeah. The time.
Yeah.
The time aspects,
Don't
yeah,
ruin
yeah.
it for the people that spoilers.
That's not a spoiler for Dunkirk. That's just how the movie is told.
No. I'm saying it for Westworld.
Oh, it's been out for how
You
many
ruined
fucking
it. I'm
years?
sorry that he
It's been
ruined
out
it for you.
2016.
Maybe next
You're
time.
wrong,
Maybe
Paul.
next series.
This isn't TikTok.
Watch
and, like,
everything
Endgame
that there is
shit.
available.
Yeah.
TikTok and Endgame. shit.
And
Spider-Man No Way Home
Yeah.
spoilers. Oh, fucking.
again, as if it's your podcast. Welcome to the Andrew Gilligan Show. I'm Nick.
I'm just saying we're
and
protecting spoilers for
here's Andrew. Go ahead. So yeah. So no, I'm just saying. Like I don't know.
Well, you wait. But
3 seasons of it are
another-
out, and I'm saying spoilers. Obviously, I'm kidding, dude. If you haven't seen it yet, it's your fault.
Well, I have another question to your plot idea. So
I wasn't really even done.
Oh,
Interrupted
okay.
4 times by the
all right,
host.
well, I'm curious.
Sorry.
I swear.
I know. So I figured that maybe he like goes back in time and he falls in love with somebody who actually is from, because like you have to, you take over, like somebody in the future could be living your life right now.
Yes, Assassin's Creed. Like that's kind of what how I'm processing it mentally. Like
Okay,
where,
whatever.
where there's
So
an
then they-
ancestor of someone now
Yep.
goes back and is their
So
ancestor.
then tie into Assassin's Creed, but not even that far. Like I'm thinking
Okay.
they come back to like now.
Okay.
Like not like way back. I'm saying like it's 150, 250 years from now,
Yes, yeah,
and they
yeah.
come back to like 2022. Yeah.
Go. Keep
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. Okay. So they
I don't wanna
come,
get yelled at again.
and yet you're still going. Flap those lips, kid. Please keep them going. Go ahead.
No, go.
So what I'm saying though is that it's like they come back to like now, and then I don't know, maybe you tie it in similar to the end of not Ad Astra. What's that movie with Matthew McConaughey?
Interstellar.
Interstellar. Thank you. At the end with the daughter who's 150, whatever. You know what I mean? Like maybe there's some sort of rekindling, and then they like know each other. Or what? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That Well,
I don't know. It's a thought. I'm not a writer, dude. I'm a director.
I
Bring me a script.
Picking time travel things because I personally don't believe that going backwards in time is possible. Because I think there's way too many, like when you look at like Back to the Future and all the popular time travel things.
Sure.
There's a lot of issues because like then the immediate question would be if you went back in time and became someone, that would mean that person existed beforehand.
Have you seen the movie Lucy? Morgan Freeman and Nicole
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
I watched it.
100% of her brain.
I watched it.
Oh yeah.
It's a dope movie.
A little wonky. It's it's a little rushed at the end. They just kind of wrapped that up real quick.
Right.
It's dope as fuck though.
Not a big plot. Kind of takes place over like an hour. Like it's like a 2-hour movie, and it's literally the last like 2 hours of whatever. It moves really, really quick, and like it's one of those things where you watch I don't know, on YouTube every now and then they'll have something like they'll say it like it's like The Godfather, but every time, or like episode of The Sopranos, but every time they say the F word, it speeds up by 5%.
Okay.
So it's like you take an hour episode, it's done in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like every time she hits a new level of her brain, Lucy.
Yes.
Everything starts to get even crazier.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She can like do other shit.
Oh yeah.
Like 100% of her shit.
Yeah.
Like pops a pill and like she can use 10% of her brain and then like keeps climbing to like 100 and then like.
So the reason I thought of it is because at one point, like her name is Lucy, and I don't know if you know this or not, the first human, like the oldest human being ever, when they discovered her, they half monkey, half human, like that first kind of form that was not a monkey though, it was a human.
Yeah.
They named it Lucy. So at one point she like warps herself through space time, whatever it is, and she's like right there, and they like reach out and do the ET phone home thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Her and this monkey thing. So it's just interesting that you say you can't go back in time. Lucy Meets Lucy was very interesting. That's
right.
Someone who can't. Who
I love
uses,
Lucy.
Yeah. Honey, I'm home.
Yeah.
That's Lucy, I'm home.
Have you guys seen that? Like Greta Thunberg. Or Greta?
Yeah, the global warming.
Oh, we can make fun of her now. She's 18.
So she, going on your point of like simulation, like people in the past, and then you're like present, whatever. Yeah. It's like this picture online.
How dare you?
Sorry. It's like this picture of her online, like 500 years ago, and it literally looks like her. But then they're like, and people are like, Greta Thunberg like was alive back then, and she's like in the future now to like come and save our planet or like something like that.
Oh, buddy, come on, give me a fucking break.
Like, that's where it gets like iffy with me, where it's like,
I just think there's people today that look really similar to each other. You know, you find like, I think it's just how the genetic ball rolls. That's my thing. But
have you guys ever seen the show The 100?
No, I've seen like ads for it though.
Have you seen it, Nick?
No, heard of it. I've seen commercials, trailers, and stuff for it. You still haven't said your conspiracy theory, and I still want to hear more about this.
Yeah, I did. I said the aliens in ancient Egypt.
Is it even really a conspiracy theory though? Like at this point, can we not just agree that there's aliens out there?
No.
Was it ever really even a question?
I think it was more just like denial.
Right, but like, why deny it? Because to deny it means that like we don't exist. Why are we here? Why would we be here, but they're not there?
I would say, but if someone was arguing with that, I would say they would ask you to show evidence of it.
We're here. That's the evidence.
Who's what?
Us.
What does that have to do?
Humanity.
What are you talking about?
What does that
How is it possible we're the only life ever? We're the only life in the millions and billions of galaxies that are out there. Hold on. And the millions and billions and trillions of planets within those galaxies. We're the only thing that's alive.
But
not a micro, unicelled, single-celled organism exists. We're the only living thing. And you're going to tell me with a straight face, bro, that that's something that you couldn't argue to somebody else and just look at them like this for 3 seconds and go,
I'm with you. I'm with you, but a scientist...
Give him the LD?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you, but a scientist would
fuck a scientist.
would not say that because that's just an assumption.
It's a hypothesis.
Yes, but you have no evidence to prove it.
Okay, go to a church and tell them God don't exist.
Right, it's the same thing. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying,
Yeah.
but like, I feel like it's.
But I feel like that still makes it a conspiracy.
Have you ever held
theory.
$1 billion in your hand?
No.
Does it mean $1 billion doesn't exist? Does it mean $1 billion doesn't exist?
No.
But you've never seen it.
Right.
So where's your proof? You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're wrong or right, but like that's my argument.
Yeah.
So it's like, but so
there has to be some
like there's got to be
living
something
life somewhere. Yeah.
What's your argument for there being something out there? We're here. It makes no sense to say that we're not.
Yeah, how did we just magically show up one day? Like, you know.
Yeah, and like maybe in the rare. Here's the thing, and Elon Musk said it the best way, and I think he was on Joe Rogan when he said it. But like, there's all this hydrogen, right, surrounding this floating gaseous solid, becoming more solid orb in the sky in the middle of nowhere, and at some point through, I don't know, whatever, that hydrogen became sentient, meaning it gained a consciousness. That's us. We're just made up of hydrogen, which is, carbon and all this other. But like that, the idea of a element gaining consciousness is freakish to me. That
It's
blows
scary.
my mind.
Scary shit.
Well, it's just like, oh my God, like we really are nothing.
You're starting to sound like Jim Carrey.
He's a smart man.
Well, what are we? We're a bunch
Floating tetrahedron.
of tetrahedrons.
Yeah.
That's right.
No meaning.
I'm not saying that we have no meaning. I'm saying that, like, maybe we have no meaning. Maybe we have. I don't know. But like, here's the thing, right? I'm gonna make the most of it.
Yeah.
This
well,
nothingness that
if
I
we're,
have.
if we're in a simulation, what meaning is there?
Maybe it's a simulation. How funny would it be, dude? We're all fucking sitting around here. You love somebody. God forbid, they die. Whatever it is. How big of an asshole do you feel like when you kick it and then someone wakes you up and they go, "Come on out of bed, whatever." And your
That's the
family's
thing.
right over
Like,
there, whatever it is.
The light at the end of the tunnel is that the hospital light that you wake up in.
So I've heard that, and then another thing a conspiracy that I had was that that light at the end of the tunnel is the canal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're just restarting.
Yeah.
that's
you're in
the
a
most
new
That's
simulation.
the scariest one.
You're in a new simulation.
Well,
yeah.
So think about it. You spend the first 6 to 8 months of your life, whatever it is, just how crazy is it, right? When you think about it,
dude.
when you hug a baby or when you grab a baby's hand, it's the worst pain they've ever felt because they've never felt anything before.
Yeah.
Because for the first 9 months of their life, they're inside a...
Yeah, right.
So, like, the worst pain you've ever felt. And then you get used to it. Whatever, you go like that, it's no big deal. But when you do that and you're a little baby, holy Christ. Yeah. So, like, is that not insane?
Yeah.
So you spend the first maybe year... By the time you talk, you've forgotten all the past 90 years that you had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you start and you just forget about it and you keep going.
Yeah. Exactly. And then
you do it all over again.
they're like, let's put you in this one. And then,
To be honest, not to be too blasphemous, but like, it makes a lot of sense.
it makes sense, yeah.
Because
Damn
you
right.
cannot create or destroy matter. Or not matter. It's you can't create or destroy energy. Energy can only be transferred, right? That's a law of energy.
Yeah, but
so like if you can't create or destroy energy and it only gets transferred, would it not make sense that when you die it just transfers to another person?
Yeah.
oh, so you're not saying it's a simulation.
I'm not saying
Saying like
anything.
energy
To be
is
honest
like
with you, I
the-
haven't said one definitive thing this entire
Yeah,
show.
it's conspiracy.
Well, I'm
talk.
trying to thread all everything that you're saying into one thing, but I guess you're
No, I'm
saying
bouncing
different
all off
things.
the-
Okay,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah. I'm
if
being my
we're-
typical self
This
all
what
over the place.
This is like what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we're in a simulation right now, I believe very much that the light at the end of the tunnel is you waking up again, just as another being,
But
ball of energy.
To go
whatever.
with off what you're saying, if we're in a simulation, what the fuck else would it be?
What
Well,
would-
that's what, yeah.
else
Like,
would-
what is beyond the simulation? Humans?
Are we
Because
ghosts?
like some people think that in the future they develop, like this, which is kind of like an interstellar thing. We're in the future. In the past, his future self was
you
communicating.
play
with this-
baseball on the wall.
Yeah, like shit like that. I don't know.
I don't know either, dude.
I think time. My theory on this is that time is like a dimension that humans perceive.
Sure.
And there's a space outside.
So you're
of
all
time.
Interstellar all day.
Yeah.
And I think that and this is huge because of Deja Vu, is because when you like,
I have the scientific
I think that
response
everything
for
that
but-
has happened.
Okay.
And that's you feeling something that you've already experienced before but we're experiencing it because we experience time linearly versus if we were lifted out of
our
this
perception of time is linear. Yeah.
But if we were lifted out of this,
Sure.
It's a flat.
Okay, so do you want to hear the Deja Vu, the scientific thing for Deja Vu?
It's bullshit.
No. You have two ways of absorbing information, your consciousness and your subconsciousness. So when you go to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you go to work and you go home. And when you get to work, you park the car or whatever, and then you see somebody you know, and maybe you think to yourself, I know I drove here, but like I don't remember the drive.
Yeah. I have that all the time. You space out.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the feeling of hypnosis. When you go in to like quit smoking or whatever it is, that feeling of like knowing what you did, and if you really think about it, you can recount what happened. But that state of like perpetual, it was all muscle memory and I just got here, that's the same state that hypnotists get you into, and then you know, they can dig into your subconscious. So deja vu is when you perceive something accidentally through your subconscious. You have three consciousness: conscious, subconscious, unconscious. Unconscious is knocked out, you perceive nothing, right? Subconscious is your
the voice in your head.
Kind of, but also dream state, or like a daydream kind of vibe, that hypnotic feeling.
Lucid dream
Yes. So you perceive something, and it goes everything. Think of your subconscious as like a storage unit, right?
Right.
And there's a guy at the front desk, and he's got a hat on that's labeled conscious. And there's
It's like
people
sorting everything.
There's people coming in all day long, right? You ever see obviously you've seen Jim Carrey Grinch, right?
Of course. Yeah.
And he's going, and they're throwing the That's that guy on the ladder with the, and he's sorting all the mail and he's putting everything away.
Cindy Lou's dad.
Right.
Yeah.
And the guy in the back who's catching all the mail and putting it away in the right spot is the subconscious.
Right.
This is a customer with information, whatever the situation is, with information coming in and bypassing in that split second your conscious and tossing it right to the subconscious, and then the subconscious goes, whoa, this ain't the right process, and it goes first, so it reverses. So it goes to your subconscious first, then it goes to your conscious, then it goes back to your subconscious and gets stored away. And that's that feeling. Yeah. So it's really just one thing.
Right.
And that's why it doesn't actually happen twice. You think that it's something that's happened in the past.
It's like that. It's
because you're pulling a memory that went there first.
So
very interesting thing.
Would that be like that feeling when like you're driving and you're on your phone and you like look down for a second and it feels like you haven't looked at the road in like 5 minutes, but like you have.
Because you probably haven't.
But like you have been. But like you have been, and you just like don't remember. Is that like the muscle memory shit you're talking about or whatever?
No.
Sort of thing?
No, I'm talking about like driving, you got the music on, you're staring at the road, you do everything, and all of a sudden you're just home.
Okay.
And you don't remember, because it's the same drive that you've done 900 times. You put the blinker on, the same exact mile marker on the highway. Like, it's the same thing every single time. That's hypnosis.
Okay.
But no, so that's what, again, that's like what a scientist would say.
No,
it doesn't mean that you're necessarily wrong.
Back to your like time thing. Sorry,
that's where I was going with it, though.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
There are definitely different dimensions. Like, it's been established that there are.
Yeah, and I
mathematically,
dimensions, like lack of a better term, but I think time is definitely something that exists. That is, in that we perceive.
Yep, that's
we have to. What other way would you?
That's a good point you make. One of my friends was like talking to me sometime, and he was watching this documentary. It was with some guy and some other guy. I don't know who.
Oh, nice, very specific.
Yeah, and I don't.
Try not to give too much detail.
I don't know the documentary, but
secret.
He was like, I don't know if it was Alien, whatever the fuck it was, whatever. But they were like, we have 13 months, and he was like, we only have 12, and he was like, so he's like, you only have 12 months. And he was like, yeah. He's like, well, that's weird. We have 13. And then that just like made me think like, what if we had 13 months? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are we speeding up time? Like,
well, it's like an Interstellar, because like Interstellar, even though it's a fictional movie, it's very based in science or like theoretical science.
Yeah.
And like that idea that, you know, when McConaughey gets onto a planet where time moves differently, like 7 minutes down there is a year back here. That's a fact. Like, that's true. Like, if you sent a baby...
Yeah, but you have to have a basis point. You have to have a starting point.
What do you mean?
So it's not really that time moves differently there. It's the perception. You have to have a starting point. How long does it take you to get to one spot?
Yeah, light years and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's more of like information travel back and forth.
Right, but it's how you're perceiving it. But it's showing that time can change, and
You seen that guy on YouTube? It's a half Asian dude, Veritasium or whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He talks about this kind of shit all the time. Communication to the what?
if it's the guy I think you're talking about.
He does so many scientific fucking videos.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do you get from, you know, when we send information to the space station, we know there's a 10-minute delay. What we don't know is if it takes 10 minutes to get there and it's instantaneous transmission back. If it's 5 minutes there, 5 minutes back. We don't know what it is, but we know that there's a 10-minute delay. Yeah. So it's like, what is the actual equation? Dude, the guy, after watching one of the videos, you go, yeah, I need a napkin, I'm drooling. Yeah. You're just sitting there like, for like 10 minutes, you know, watching this guy.
Right.
You go, what the hell's reality, you know? So, no, it's very interesting stuff. And it's weird. way out of my league when it comes to smarts and stuff like that. You want to make a movie? I'll make you a movie.
Time thing is so interesting to me. Like, what, like, I was thinking, like, what if we had 13 months? Like, what?
Well, why don't we? I feel like all these numbers and bullshit, it's arbitrary. Not math, but I'm saying, like, why do we have 24 hours in a day? Yeah. Why do we have, you know, what the fuck? Leap year.
12
You know what I mean? That kind of shit. All it's just bullshit, arbitrary shit.
Right. Which I think...
We need it. Don't get me wrong. You need to have some sort of societal,
but it's all based on, you know, if we go back all the way to when, like, the calendars, the Mayan calendar, whatever it is.
Yeah, but look at Korea. Korea's on a different thing.
Time zone.
No. Based on Western time.
Right.
But they have, like, a lunar calendar and their birthdays. Yeah. They got 2 birthdays. I have Korean friends. They got 2 birthdays.
But all those, like, calendars way back were all based on the movement of the stars, like, shit like that. So it's based within something, but like you said, it doesn't really mean anything.
None of it means anything. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, if we didn't have it, the whole world would fall apart because everybody is. You get up, you have your breakfast, you go to work, you whatever, you come home, you go to have dinner, you go to bed. Like everything is on like a time scheduled thing, and it's the way that our world works. So like you need it to have some form of order in the world. But like if you think about what it is, it's all arbitrary bullshit.
Yeah.
You're alive for a certain amount of time, you die. That's it. Like that's it. You know, and again, I don't know, and we don't have to we don't have to make it religious or non-religious or whatever. It doesn't matter what you believe happens after you die. At some point, the one true fact of life is that we all die, and I feel like that is, oh my God, now we went from conspiracy, now we're getting to the meaning of life. But like, I feel like that is the meaning of life. The meaning of life is death.
There's an end point. There's an expiration.
Yeah, and it's different for everybody, and it's the journey. Oh, God, I feel like I'm one of those... Wow. You know what? I feel like I should be hanging on the bathroom wall of a sorority house.
Yeah.
Not me, but like a plaque with the words on it. You know what I mean? It's not the destination, it's the journey.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, you know, it's some shit like that. But it's true, though.
Yeah.
It's true. It's like, what do you do? Life is so precious and so short, and the ability to restart... I've told you this before. I've definitely told people like Jack Barricky, who I keep thinking of for some reason.
Means you want to make a movie.
No, I feel like I just texted him. Yeah, he is. God, talk about a phenomenal writer. The guy's amazing. But look at that first notification. Very first one. So I'll tell you after the show. So But I've definitely told Jack this before. Like, if you want to do something creative with your life, this is probably the best piece of advice I can give anybody. If you want to do anything creative with your life, do it, and you're in your 20s, late teens, early 20s, do it. Just do it. Do it while you live at home. Do it before you have a wife and 6 children.
Before you got to worry about money
and a mortgage and everything else. You got 2 car payments, and you're fat and old and bald, and you're sitting there going, I wish that was me when you're watching the Oscars. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Get up there and slap Chris Rock yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But do you get what I'm saying though? Like, do it now, because you won't be able to later. And that's one thing that I think is really present in millennials, Gen Z. There's like a lack of home ownership, but if you're trying, listen, the world. My grandfather says it all the time. The world needs ditch diggers too. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody's gonna be a Hollywood producer. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's gonna be a world famous actor, Leo DiCaprio. Like, we know Leo DiCaprio because there's one. Right. There's one Martin Scorsese. There's one. There's one. So, but the world needs PAs. Like, they just do. The world needs assistants, and maybe you enjoy doing that stuff. Yeah. Like, that's fine. It's not a bad thing to be like a waste management person, a garbage person, whatever you want to call it.
There'll be robots soon, but that's another thing.
No, I meant like a trash picker-upper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Environmental science. Jesus. What a title. For the guy that just stops by and hops off the back of the truck. I mean, environmental management. You imagine? You know that if you were like dating some chick that was super bougie and you go to meet her parents, where they go, what are you doing? You're like a trash guy? You'd be like, I'm in environmental management, actually.
They're like, oh, what do you do?
So, but like, why not try it? Especially if you got a passion for it. I think the biggest issue with people's passions is they give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the truth. The reason, dude, people, bro, this idea that like, Elon Musk or Donald Trump or like any of these people are like bad people because they're rich is so fucking annoying to me.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Do you know the real story of like Donald Trump's family? Not Donald Trump, but Fred Trump. Like how it's like quick, but
yeah.
So Fred Trump, Donald Trump's dad, right? Well, we'll go back one more generation. So Donald Trump's grandfather, paternal grandfather, so his dad's dad, starts a construction company, early 1900s. He's married. He has a kid. And he dies of the Spanish flu in 1919, whatever it was, right? And leaves the company to Fred Trump. They've got like 50 plus employees. It's a real company. Like, they're building buildings. The guy dies, the owner of the company dies, leaves the company to his son. Happens all the time, right? People pass down companies to son runs the company, and then he gives it, and all that other shit. Okay, here's the thing. Fred Trump was 11 years old and was running the company. Mm-hmm. And these guys are coming up to him for paychecks, and he's 11 years old.
It's like those French kings.
Now think about what you were doing at 11 years old.
Right.
Now tell me who's a harder worker. You know what I mean? And it's not that you're bad, for people listening out there, whatever it is. You're not like a bad person because you weren't running a full-blown construction company at 11 years old. But like, you can't look at someone who's rich now without looking at what they came from and where they started and all the different opportunities they had to fuck up. When people are like, oh, but Donald Trump took a loan of $1 million from his dad to start his company. It's like, okay, great. Let's break it down to the ridiculous. Could you today, is it possible for you to ask your father for a loan for $100?
Yes.
Could you take that $100 and, metaphorically, light it on fire, piss it away, go spend it in an hour, whatever? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Could he not have just gone to the casino with $1 million and just spent it? Yeah, I'm sure there were other things in place. It's $1 million, right?
Or just put it in the wrong things.
Sure. Yeah. Could have totally failed. Day one, boom, done. It's gone. That's it. But he didn't. What could you do with $100? Not to get all Gary V here with like, Facebook, there's like a free section on Facebook.
Think about how hard I worked back then.
Right.
And how hard I'm working now.
Right. But like, seriously though, like, what would you do with that? You guys are going to college again. Fuck college. I'll say it right now. This is my show. It's my fucking opinion, so I don't care. I hate college. I hate the idea of college. Didn't go to college. Started a business. I think I'm decently successful. I pay the bills. But you guys have no problem taking out loans for $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year. No conception, no mental conception of what that means. No perception whatsoever of what that means. You got to pay it back at some point.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, what would you do with that money? If somebody gave you, here's $200,000, what are you going to do with it?
Right.
Go get a gender studies degree. Lesbian dance theory. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
These are degrees that people are getting. What are you gonna do with that degree?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that degree?
Yeah.
And this is why I didn't go to college.
The input, and most of it, the input's not matching the output.
Right. Especially for $80,000 a year.
Yeah.
You want to spend a couple grand and get your certificate in gender studies? Go for it. I'm down for that. I don't care. But even public school now, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a year. It's ridiculous.
High school.
Why would you go?
I feel like the only... And
they don't teach you anything about life. You're graduating, what, this month?
Yeah.
Do you know how to buy a house?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know how to apply for a mortgage?
Right.
I'm asking.
Those are things that they
I didn't go. I don't know what they teach you.
They should.
Do you know how to buy a house?
In high school.
Do you know how to buy a house?
No. Well, I mean...
And get a mortgage?
No.
Right. Don't you think for all the money you just spent that you should know how to fucking do something like that?
Yeah.
That should be I think that should be a high school.
Remember when I was talking about like Florida when we did passing tax classes in high school?
Oh yeah, we talked. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I think that should be a high school thing.
Or
whatever though, but like someone somewhere down the line should teach you this shit, no?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And especially if you're spending the kind of money that these kids are spending these days. This is why I didn't go. I said, fuck it.
Yeah.
I said, if I'm not going to be a
that's
brain surgeon, and not all doctors, and I'm taking it to the extreme with the brain surgeon thing, but if I'm not going to be a doctor or a lawyer, something where you need that
Yeah, I was just going to say
severe education,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go. Now, I'm not knocking you for going to film school. I'm talking about me.
Right.
Because I barely made it through high school. Oh my God. Not my bag, high school, But like, I was definitely not about to go spend money that I didn't have on a degree I didn't really want to do something that I didn't really know at the time whether or not I wanted to do.
Yeah. Right, and that was kind of my situation is like, I had to go to college. Like my parents weren't going to not let me go to college, so I could have gone in there and studied nursing, become a male, but I didn't want to do that. So I guess, and I think there's a lot of kids who just have to go to college because they kind of feel obligated to.
Yeah,
and they just pick whatever it is.
Sure.
Yeah,
but
like unless you're doing law and doctorate, that input output is not.
Whatever, yeah.
But I mean, even teaching, teachers don't get paid unless you're a college professor.
Yeah,
and even then you're gonna need tenure.
The time you're putting in versus it's just
it's like I don't know. Definitely. In my opinion, college is more for the experience than the school, I'd say.
Right. It's an expensive experience.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Definitely.
I think the best thing
I got just as drunk as all you idiots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like without going to college.
More on the lines of life lessons.
Yeah, and I think
instead of school.
I think one of the benefits of college that I've seen from my friends too is like it's good to be in a group of people studying the same thing so that if someone goes somewhere and you have connections.
Very good.
That's good.
But all I'm saying is that, again, devil's advocate, I'm not knocking you. I felt like I did that for the first 18 years of my life. Fuck, I got to do it for 4 more fucking years.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying these are people all starting together and going out. So one kid might get a job somewhere else.
Stay in touch.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, for example, my buddy Max is moving to Jacksonville. He just got a job, like, right out of college banking because his buddy who he met, who was a year older at Suffolk, had a job there, and he literally just, like,
listen,
like, stuff like that is, like...
Both... Okay.
Yeah. I see.
But at the same time, did you meet me through your college?
Theoretically, yes.
Technically, yes.
No, you didn't.
It was a college project that you saw.
Right. But, like, you didn't meet me through the college, though.
No. But the
Like, if
question
you
is,
were
would that have ever happened if I didn't go there? Would I have made this movie?
That's not the question. My question is, if you wanted to make a movie and you
Yeah.
did the same thing that you did,
Oh yeah, sure.
and I still did what I did, would the college have anything to do with it?
No,
That's my point.
they'd give me $300 though.
They suck, dude. You give them $200,000, they go,
Yeah,
here's 300 bucks.
How you doing?
Yeah. 0.1% back. For you. Buy yourself something nice. Don't spend it all in one place. $300. It's a good movie, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anyway, all I'm saying is, it's all a bunch of horse shit, and then you die anyway.
I
Life's
guess
a bitch.
it sounds like
Then
the
you marry one,
thesis.
then you die. Yeah, that's my wrap up.
Yeah,
My thesis.
geez.
Anyway, so you're gonna die anyway.
Yeah. Oh man. Wow.
I don't know. Can we talk about this Illuminati thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Bring it back.
someone define for me what the Illuminati is. I know it's got the eye and the triangle thing, like on the back of the dollar bill.
From my understanding, I believe it's high-powered people.
Are you making this shit up?
No.
So if I look up the definition of Illuminati right now, this is what it says?
I don't.
Is the Illuminati the same thing as the New World Order? Are they
No.
like no?
No.
Okay, see, well then that's where like I'm mixed up because it's like, oh, I thought those were connected in some way.
No. So Illuminati, from what I understand, goes back like Freemason-wise, like
Yes,
hundreds
yeah,
of years. New World Order is some like new thing where it's like the Great Reset type deal. That's something in the last 50 years where they're like, if we just line everything up the right way, we can just click 0 and start over.
Yeah.
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 So what's Illuminati thing? You're the one who says it's conspiracy. So
I don't know. Well, that's why it's a conspiracy. I don't know like too much on it.
Well,
but
it's like a group of.
that's like
of the
saying
most-
cars are a conspiracy
most
because you don't know a lot
powerful
about
people.
cars. The fuck?
group of high-powered people
in the world.
in the world
okay.
have a lot of money.
What do
that-
they do though?
Yeah.
So like,
And are there special secret powers?
yeah.
I mean, like superpowers.
Because there's
I don't mean
100%.
powers like
I mean,
that.
you could say like there's clubs all over the world
Sure.
that have these people in there where they hang out and communicate. But I'm wondering like,
But do they
what's
drink
the
the blood of orphans?
yeah,
That's
what
what I
is
want to
the
know.
sin- it- what is the sinister
shit.
thing behind it?
Like the shit where, like Hollywood's like demonic cult, or like however you want to put
No,
it.
that's pedophile.
What?
Politicians have the demonic cult. Hollywood's a bunch of pedophiles. It's a big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like
One
the
drinks the
shit.
kid's blood.
All right.
The shit where like you're going to like Hollywood parties and they're like, give me your phone. And they're like, let me take your blood before you come in. Like shit like that. You know what
You
I mean?
believe that?
I don't know if I believe that, but
There's
like,
a lot of places though that are like that. No, a lot of clubs, private places where they're like, yeah, phones at the front, please.
But my question to you is: there a deliberate organization that like people we know, and maybe some people that are so rich we don't even know, are part of that are like overseeing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leave a comment down
Like-
below. Is the Illuminati real? And if it is, what does that mean to you?
And drop the clip of Jim Carrey on Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
Drop that clip in here.
What, right now?
No, later on.
Yeah, when he does the thing.
Yeah.
The,
Right, but like he's a tetrahedron.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? Yeah,
Exactly.
dude, he was
You
on
watch Jimmy
another
Kimmel,
level.
though.
He was
You gotta pay attention to Jimmy Kimmel though, not Jim Carrey. That's the thing.
right. Yeah.
You know
his
what I mean?
reaction to it. Yeah. I don't know.
Because like I don't know.
somebody I gotta fucking pay attention to.
I don't know.
What I've learned as I've gotten older and started actually like now that I'm done with school and I kind of enter that like professional world.
Yeah.
It's not much different. You know, people don't know what the fuck they're doing in college and they still don't know what the fuck they're doing in the
after,
professional world. So for me to believe that there is an organization that is so, like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like everyone fucking is just going with the flow and like really, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think there's definitely, you know, secret meetings and stuff like the Bohemian Grove thing is really interesting. But like I fall more in line with Nick where it's like they're doing shady shit that's very like it's derived from like the bad pleasures, pedophilia, like shit like that, like sex
selling-
trafficking,
yeah.
Guilty pleasures, you mean?
guilty pleasures. That's the word.
Well,
So a
there's
guilty
also,
pleasure
like,
of
the-
yours is pedophilia?
there's
No,
also,
I'm
like,
just
selling,
saying.
selling your soul for fame and shit, like
Right.
that type of stuff.
But that goes into more of a spiritual realm where that's more like, you know, like just criminal activity.
That's crazy. I can't wait for the testimony of Amber Heard. Probably by the time this airs, she'll have already testified, so that'll be something to come back.
I thought you just said it was tomorrow. Oh, you're saying this?
Apparently she's supposed to testify early this week, so who knows? We're recording this on Monday. It goes live.
Now, after she testifies, is it like final like verdicts and stuff?
No. They're saying she's probably going to be the first witness on the defense's side. They're still doing Johnny Depp's case in chief.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane, dude. They had this guy today. It's the craziest thing ever. They had this guy, not to go off on a whole thing about Johnny Depp, but they had the entertainment lawyer. Ready? He's been a practicing licensed attorney since like 1973. He goes, one of the most famous cases I ever worked on was I was second chair. So like first attorney, second attorney. He's like, I was second chair at the table at Fox on behalf of a young gentleman by the name of George Lucas who was trying to sell this space cowboy thing. I was like, what? Dude, this guy has done the contracts. He's the expert witness for Johnny Depp. Dude, he's done the contracts and the write-ups for everything. Like, it's like every single movie. He's the same guy who got Robin Williams to play the
genie.
The genie in Aladdin. It was insane, dude. It was insane.
That's crazy.
Very cool thing to listen to today. Just to watch this guy. He goes, the cross-examination guy gets up there, the attorney for Amber Heard, and he's like, Did Amber ever mention Johnny's name? He goes, what, did she have two husbands? Could she have been talking about somebody else? She have two husbands or something 2 years before she wrote the op-ed? I don't know. Like, dude, it's so funny, dude. It's just everybody who's been like kind of branded, like, I don't know, who's been outlandish in that trial has just really just been speaking a lot of common sense. It's a little crazy. Did you see that one clip where the Amber Heard's attorney objected to his own question?
Yes.
Yeah. I was just about to say.
Watched it live.
It was so funny.
I peed. I urinated everywhere. There was urine everywhere. I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard.
All the like TikTok lawyers are like making fun of him. Oh my
dude,
god,
it was so funny, dude. How do you object to your own question? What's your last name, sir? Objection, hearsay.
Yeah.
The guy's an idiot. So they're so flustered right now, dude. They're so flustered.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
And then,
I saw another one with that the blonde girl who was testifying.
Her name's Amber. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, do you see the
doctor?
Aquaman shit
Curry.
too?
Yeah.
You see that?
The girl asking at the podium was just like so flustered because she kept firing back at her and like she just said nothing.
You see the Aquaman shit? In Aquaman 2, Amber Heard's like screen time.
Yeah, she has 10 minutes.
She has 10 minutes of screen time in Aquaman.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How much does Jason Momoa have? 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Anything good?
Life. I don't know. No, nothing.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. I forgot where we left off.
Talking about Amber Heard, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of losing interest already, to be honest with you. It's kind of our society now.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
You got an idea for this noir film you were talking about?
Yeah. Well, not really. Like, I got a concept. I definitely want to do some, like, Cold War, Soviet stuff.
Trench coat.
Yeah, like, I'd love for it to just be two actors.
Yeah.
In a room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Black and white.
Obviously.
4:3 aspect.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, a lot of cigarettes, a lot of extreme close-ups.
Yeah. The light that just goes on the eyes.
Yeah, you need those shades where it's coming through. Yeah.
The
but
niche.
no, I want to like I'm gonna go on a noir movie binge and like watch a bunch of old movies before I even start writing something.
Like a Casablanca. Just start with like.
I love Casablanca. I've seen that, but like I'm talking about like other ones.
Excuse me.
Like other Bogart ones. I need to get better in the.
I'm free.
Yeah, But no, I mean, it's just a concept right now.
The fuck kind of messed up person are you? You're gonna name your kid Humphrey, dude.
It's a different time.
Amen.
Humphrey.
Yeah.
Humphrey. Imagine naming your kid Humphrey. Ma'am, beautiful baby boy. Humphrey. Imagine.
There's a lot of names that I feel like have exited the.
I feel like there's like worse names nowadays.
Now,
than
yeah,
Humphrey.
you get a little crazy now. It's
Like what? Name one.
Oh, just
Naughty
like
Lun's
Elon.
kid. Naughty Lun's kid.
X18YZ.
Literally just said Naughty Lun's kid. Creative though. It's good.
But
It's
I
the only
mean,
one
like
you could think
people
of.
naming people from pop culture things, like naming like their kids Daenerys, stuff like that. What?
Where are we going with this? Go ahead. Tell me more about Daenerys and how that's a bad name. Listen up
It's a
to
Game of Thrones
Listen
character.
up, D. Go ahead.
It's a Game of Thrones character.
That's Daenerys, not Daenerys.
So what do you want? I just think it's like that's a fictional name.
I know. I have so many jokes I want to say right now, but
Okay.
we have. I'm just trying not to get canceled.
Right.
Conspiracy theories, 9/11, Daenerys. All of them.
You guys excited for the new Game of Thrones?
Oh, there's a new Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's like a prequel.
Oh,
Targaryens.
buddy, it's not going to be bullshit. It's all crap.
I don't know. You might be pressed at me, but I've never watched Game of Thrones.
Oh, really? You should.
I'm starting to give less of a shit about people like you who don't see shit. Like when I'm like, oh, have you seen this? People are like, no. I used to like flip, like, how do you live with yourself, you disgusting
yeah, you really
fuck?
used to, yeah.
It took me a while to get into Game of Thrones, so I was late.
I didn't start it until after the entire series ended.
Oh, I started right after season 6 came out, so it was like 2 seasons. I had 2 seasons like to see live, 7 and 8. Which it's unfortunate.
No,
but
I watched everything. Probably like 6 months after it ended. I just binged the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because people were saying how good it was and everything, and then they were saying how bad the end was. And I've never really been. Have you ever been into that? You ever been into the I don't know. It just seemed very like Dungeons and Dragons nerdy to me. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I fucking read the books.
Oh,
They're
I
like
didn't read
1,000
shit.
each.
I have
Yeah.
zero reading comprehension whatsoever.
Mhm.
That's why I make movies. I don't write.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be J.K. Rowling.
Sure. But a lot of the best movies are based on books. Facts.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get, what's your point?
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of really good
But if movies weren't better,
like Fight Club,
nobody would make them.
Goodfellas.
They'd say go read the book.
Well, I disagree.
I
think
don't.
The Game of Thrones books are better than the show.
Why'd you watch the show then?
I read the books after the show.
But they were. Everybody knew they were books. Why didn't you read the books first?
'Cause
Books
I watched
came
the show
first.
first.
Why?
Well, because it's easier.
Why
for
the books
me-
are better?
No, it's easier for me to watch something that I don't know anything about than to read something that I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
My point
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then you watch, you know the whole story. What the fuck would you
But that
read
doesn't
it for?
mean it's executed better.
Yeah.
So now that
But you
I've
can definitely
seen
you can definitely get more nuanced in book form. There's no question.
yeah, I'm not
You can
saying the show's
span
bad.
over,
I
like-
think the show, like the first.
Okay, but
4
like tell
seasons
me
are
Harry
very
Potter.
good.
Tell me Harry Potter's not accurate to the books, like almost precise.
I haven't read all the Harry Potter books.
Have you read the first one?
Yes.
Have you seen Sorcerer's Stone?
Yes. Yeah. But as the books get bigger, that's where you notice the changes in the movies or lack thereof.
What are you supposed to
taking
have?
stuff
A
out.
7-hour fucking movie?
No, I mean I like long movies, but I
Me
think
too.
Lord of the Rings is a good example of that actually being better in some ways because I've read those books and there's some stuff in there that they took out which I think was good.
Ironically, you know what book, movie, conversion, whatever, cuts a shitload of the book out? Godfather.
Oh yeah, no, well I think
Have
that's,
you read Mario Puzo's Godfather?
No, but from what I hear, the movie is way better than the book.
Nick's like, no shit.
It's there's like whole deep dive character storylines that are just completely cut out of the film.
Yeah,
That
But,
are like never.
Would you say they're good? Like, have you read the book?
Why would I be talking about this? If
Well, I
haven't
don't
read
know.
the
So
fucking
like,
book?
so I'm asked. So those character things, you think the movie would have been better with? Those
No, it
things?
just would have. It's already a 3-hour movie. It would have been a 15-hour movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Is that like possible? Like you can make a
Yeah,
9-hour movie, right?
They do it.
Just a lot of.
They just chop it into 9 parts and then they call it a series.
Yeah.
Limited series. Because nobody has 9 hours to go watch a film.
Yeah.
Oh my God! The first time I seen Wolf of Wall Street, I walked out of the theater and I'm like, "Is that the sun? Is it coming up?
I know.
What's going on over there?"
Yeah,
It's crazy.
That's a fast 3 hour though. Most Scorsese, other than The Irishman, they move.
There's something cool about walking out of a theater after a long movie and your like eyes have to adjust to
I
like,
know.
Yeah, the
regular
light,
light and you're like, "Oh, I'm back." And
Even-
especially one where you're like enthralled in the movie.
Well, I'm saying like even if it's an hour and a half and you're just like in that world,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get that same effect.
Same
I
with,
had
like,
that with The Northman. I just saw where I was. Just,
How
I
was that? We talked
it was
really
great.
briefly about that. How
It was great, but like I walked out of the theater and was like, oh shit, I was like in, AD whatever 700 like for like 2 hours.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It was
Cold
pretty-
Gun.
It was immersive. Sorry.
Said AD. Made me
Oh,
think-
okay, gotcha.
That's all.
But no, it was very good. Highly recommend.
I'm definitely so
Seeing
much
about
more
the
calm.
streams Thursday.
Like this is gonna go up.
Yeah.
This episode's gonna go up. It has to. Too late to like film another one, but
Well, you didn't like it.
I like to get aggravated about shit.
He
You know?
loves to
And I
get
feel like
aggravated.
noontime is definitely like it's later right now in the evening. So I'm like
Yeah.
done. I'm winding down the day. I've been up for 65 hours straight. I'm like done.
Yeah.
Burnt. Like I don't care. That's what it is. I stopped caring. Like when we did our last episode, we had just I have to. I can cut a whole middle section of this shit out. Last episode. I want your opinion because you said you watched the episode, right?
Yeah.
So I did say if you're an actor that I know. But
Yeah, about checking the gun. I agree.
I want your opinion on the Alec Baldwin situation. The whole situation.
Well, I most of the majority of what I've seen or heard about is from the podcast I watched. The cam footage.
Fantastic show, isn't it? The podcast you watched.
It was good. pretty good.
Pretty
good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I think he should be charged. I think you convinced me when you started talking about like how do you not check it?
Yep.
And
And that's where like the movie standpoint
and
of it
I just
too.
think
Like,
it doesn't really matter to me who gave it to him. I think everyone who was involved from picking that gun up to getting to him should be in trouble.
The guilt clip get you?
Oh, terrible.
Did it get you? Like it hits different, doesn't it? You sit there, you look at it, you go, what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely comes from a place of like him thinking like, oh, if I say that I'm guilty, that means they're gonna perceive it as I
already feel
know
it.
what
I'm not gonna flip out for another hour, don't worry, but like it gets me. Dude, it just me though.
rubs you the wrong way.
Because it's so bad, dude.
It's hard to put.
So
it's hard to because he did it. Obviously, the fingers go to him. But I mean, I would say that.
Yes, that's typically how it works.
Yeah, I know, but we also like. I'd love to know more about like who was doing because they said they were shooting bottles with the gun
Yeah.
in between
Training.
things, doing that. So like, who was involved in
But he
that?
told the cops.
Who let that happen?
So I put the link in Monday's episode. I put the link to the whole interview with the police in the description of the video. So go watch it, determine for yourself whatever it is that you think it is. Here's my point though about that. When you're being interviewed, this is why you get an attorney, because the whole point of like anything you say can and will be used against you. Like if you kill somebody and you've never killed somebody before, you're clearly not going to be thinking straight in the hours coming off of shooting somebody. Like if you're a cop and you have to use your gun in the line of duty, right? Like the first thing that happens when other cops arrive on the scene is they go and put you away from the scene. Like they're like,
yeah, they had everyone go away. Yeah.
No. If you're a cop and you use your gun in the line of duty, the first thing other cops do when they show up to the scene once everything's stable is take you, the cop that had to use your gun, away from the situation. And like they take your gun and they take all your stuff and they like calm down, take a minute, because it's a horrifying thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you're not in your right mindset, especially if you've never had to do it before, whatever it is, right? So he's sitting there in the thing going, we've never had live rounds on set. I don't know why we would have live rounds on set. You mean except for when you were shooting bottles a couple days before?
But that's what I'm saying is everyone.
It's like,
The
dude.
people who were shooting the bottles are guilty. The people who saw them shooting the bottles and didn't do anything are guilty. The people who handed
People
him the
walked
gun
off set.
are guilty, and then he's guilty. Ultimately, he just happened to be the last.
So
one to
you
do it.
legitimately think, and I'm not kidding, and the only reason that this is important to me is because of what we do.
Yep.
And I'm dead serious. So, like, just put yourself in the... Pretend this is on Cadillac.
Yeah.
Pretend John pulled the trigger
Yes, yeah,
and
yeah.
then, like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, you think you should go to jail?
Me? Why me?
You literally just said the people who saw it, the people who the people who were there, all this stuff, they're all guilty,
Yeah,
guilty,
but
guilty,
were
guilty,
we-
guilty.
In
In
this
my opinion-
theoretical position, were they shooting bottles and I saw it?
So again, I'm talking about your movie
Yes.
that we just made, that you just screened in a theater.
Yep.
And then came here after to film
Yeah,
this
yeah.
episode.
Yep.
If that scene had gone differently and that was a real gun,
Yeah.
do you think you should be found guilty?
Guilty of what?
Anything. You were the EP and the fucking director on that film and the writer. Should you not have checked everything? Should you have not had a better handle
Well,
on
I
everything?
didn't touch the gun.
Wrong answer. Because you're the EP.
Right.
You're liable.
But but what I'm saying is I'm saying the people in that situation with Baldwin are guilty, or the people who witnessed or were involved in it directly. So the people who gave him the gun,
So you're
who
saying
used
it's
the
not
gun-
your responsibility as the executive producer on set,
No, but I don't think I should
to
be
make
charged
sure-
for like murder.
but you're the producer on set.
Yeah, and so is he. But he was also the
So you're
person
saying
who
Max
shot
should go to jail, but not you.
No, Max wouldn't have been the person to shoot him. It was John. Alec Baldwin was
I'm
the
going
producer
based.
and the
I'm
person
going
who shot
based on what you said 2 sentences ago, which was like, I think the people who saw the thing, I think the people who were shooting the bottles, I think they're all guilty. The armor's guilty, the AD's guilty, Alec's guilty because he did the shooting.
Right. Yes, I.
But
have
when
res-
you, but the
because
reason
it's my
I
set,
was
have
flipping,
responsibility.
but
yes.
the reason I was flipping out on the last episode was because of the fact that we work on very small sets. I would love to get $6 million for a shoot. I would love for someone to give me $6 million for a shoot.
Yeah.
Would you not like that? If I was like, hey,
great.
RJ, let's make you a noir film. I got $6 million. Right?
Yeah.
And we work on very small crews. That was my whole point. So, like, now you're guilty.
But,
right?
But I'm wondering, like, guilty of what?
Not checking. Being a dipshit. Rushing through stuff because you got to get it done.
Right. Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Being flustered. It's after lunch. All right, let's
that's
just
not-
get this shit done.
but
Just
that's-
roll the
I'm
camera.
asking, like, if I'm sitting in court and they say guilty of, like, what's the exact?
Negligent homicide. Negligent
I didn't-
homicide.
But I didn't.
But you
commit
okay?
it.
But that's like saying that the father isn't responsible for raising the kids. You're the EP, the director, the writer. You're the boss
Yeah.
man. Your ass, dude.
But if say I hired an armorer.
Fuck me. Welcome to Settle Down Podcast. The
Yeah.
start of the show. Go, go.
Say I hired
Argue
an
with
armorer.
me, fucker, because I'll rip
say
your
I
heart right now.
say I hired an armorer.
Yeah. You hire an armorer. Yeah.
It's the armorer.
You hired her though. Still your fault. Go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't fucking know. I'm just saying.
That's
from
my
pers-
point. That's my point. So when you start spewing, this is why I was so frustrated on the last episode. I'm not giving you shit. I'm serious. It's so fucking infuriating because it is very difficult.
Yeah.
Because when one person makes a mistake on a set like that, it really does for him to say I don't feel guilty and to remove himself from it. It's that bad to me because even if he was just a producer, to me, it's still his fault.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Should the director that got shot in the shoulder get in trouble?
No, but
Why not?
maybe
Because
he should.
he's me in my situation.
Yeah, no, you were more than that though. You weren't just the director. You weren't just
Well,
hired on as a director.
But like, see, you can't. That's two different stories. you
What
know?
is?
Like RJ's standpoint versus everyone else
No,
is.
it's not. He wasn't just a director. He wasn't hired on to do the film. He's the creator, the executive producer, the fucking everything. He bought props. He did all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was way more than just a hired on director, like Joel Souza.
Yeah.
But I don't know because like I just feel like with that theory is that everyone
And I think Joel Souza should be charged with something too. These fucking people didn't check their shit. That's a problem.
Right, so everyone that was in that set in that church
Not
is
everyone.
liable.
No.
So who's not and why?
PAs, grips,
But they
anybody in a department head position should be held liable, in my opinion. First AC, second AC, clapboard guy. I don't think he's.
It was probably the PAs who were shooting the gun. Like who was?
Okay, well then they're liable.
Yeah.
But we don't know who shot the gun.
Right.
Besides Alec,
Yeah.
who's not guilty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But anybody who's in a department head position, anybody who has the authority to be like, listen, I'm not trying to be a ball busting prick, but somebody could die, because it's a gun and shit. Maybe we should just double, triple check that. Thanks. Be the parent. That's your fucking job. Dude, this is the whole point of my last episode. It can be fun. It can be a dope ass fucking job to be a filmmaker, but it's a job. We're not there to make friends.
Sometimes.
No, friends can be a nice result.
Yeah.
But you don't go to a movie set to make friends.
No.
You want to make friends? Go to a bar.
But as the director, what was his name?
Joel Souza.
So for him,
Yeah.
he likely worked with a producer to hire an armorer, to hire an AD. So let's just say theoretically he had including
Alec Baldwin was a producer.
All right, yeah. But let's just say theoretically he had between the AD, the armorer, and let's say one other person maybe. The gun should have or did, whether they checked it or not, regardless, went through about 3 people. Now he's the director. He's working on the shot and shit. If he hired an armorer and these other 2 people and were like, make sure this gun is okay, like, shouldn't he just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that it's gone through 3 people and then Alec
Yes,
Baldwin.
I'm not saying that he has to hold everything up to do his own check of everything.
But that's what I'm saying. He hired these people to take this responsibility.
Right. So whose fault is it when the people are shooting bottles? Where does the buck stop?
Right.
That's my
yes.
question.
I don't know if he saw it. It's hard for me to believe
Right.
that he didn't see it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
Because if there is shit, I don't know what you call it. If there is foul play
Yep.
on set, you gonna tell me the director's not on set?
Yeah. If he saw them or even heard them shooting bottles, even knowing that, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, do it."
Right? Because
When-
he was.
But even if he did, when that gun got in Alec Baldwin's hand, they were going up for that shot. Yes, then he should have been like, "Did you guys empty this thing out from earlier?"
And
Yeah.
it was the first rehearsal take, whatever it was, like you were saying, after lunch. So here's my other thing. Let's say you have like a camera cart, right? Multi-leveled, with the plastic with the wheels on it, right? If you have one of those, you go to lunch, you break for lunch for half an hour, 45 minutes, and you come back from lunch, and there's just been a gun out where? Out in the where was the gun in the meantime during lunch? Was it locked away? Was it on a cart ready for the shot, but nobody went in the church? Would you not check it after letting it just sit there for half an hour, 45?
Right.
Like that's what I'm saying.
But we also, but at the end of the day, this is all speculation because we don't know the story yet.
So this is my
And there's
question.
so many-
This was the question that I posed, and again, I'll pose to you. Leave a comment in the thing below. Let me know what you think is going to happen. Let me know if the Illuminati's real, blah, 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 so on and so on. But this is my question that I'm posing to filmmakers and actors and everything else. What do you think happens? What do you think should happen next? And what is actually going to happen next?
Okay.
Based on whatever you think. But I'm just saying, like, what do you think should and what do you think will actually happen next? Go.
Okay. Based on
From
what
here on
based on what I know, based on who I know had the gun, so
Yeah.
not, throwing all the speculation out.
Sure.
I think Alec Baldwin should be charged for negligent homicide or whatever it would be for him. It would probably be like, I don't know what kind of manslaughter that would be.
Well, that's, yeah. I guess.
I don't
Involuntary.
Yeah.
I guess involuntary manslaughter, or it could be negligent homicide.
Right.
If it's an aggravated charge, they could bump it from manslaughter to negligent homicide. That's not good, dude.
But all right. So I think that should happen. Do I think he?
But it
goes.
could.
Do I think he goes to jail? No.
I'm not
Yeah.
an attorney.
I don't
I'm
think
a lawyer or anything
straight
like
with
that.
you.
But I think that the thing that makes it negligent is the fact that there is a process in place where you're supposed to check it, and he didn't. So he neglected to check the gun. And homicide is just a legal term. It just means death at the hands of another person.
Right.
So, but manslaughter is different. Manslaughter is unintentional homicide.
Which sounds like that.
But
no?
the difference is that it's negligent homicide because he neglected to follow the correct procedure. Had he followed the correct procedure, it could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Right. So like this goes back to the hitting the kid in the car thing that I was talking about in the last episode. So like if you hit a kid if you're not drinking and driving and the kid runs out, chasing the ball in the middle of the road, if you're not on your phone, if you go through that whole process and you're deemed to then you could still get a manslaughter charge because you did kill somebody. But negligent homicide, even if you're not drunk, but you're texting or you're going too fast, you're going 40 and 25, you kill a kid. If you were going 25, you wouldn't have killed the kid. You would have had enough time to stop, kind of deal. You know what I mean? So like that's negligence. You were recklessly driving.
But what if
the
that
car.
kid ran out in the street, no crosswalk, green light for the car, something like that, going at the speed limit?
If you're texting, it's negligence.
I'm just saying, perfect, not texting.
That's what I'm saying. You could catch a manslaughter charge still.
Okay, so then if that's
Could.
still a manslaughter charge, then
could.
Alec Baldwin has to be at least a manslaughter charge.
Yeah.
But
Because that to me is
but
even
this
worse.
is why this is why it's a question. This is why it's a conspiracy, because it's
Yeah.
what's actually going to happen though, if anything at all.
I don't think.
So the Santa Fe
Anyone's
district
going to
attorney
jail.
did say in an interview, the interviewer said to the Santa Fe district attorney, that short blonde-haired woman, she's not short, the hair's short. Interviewer was like, so Alec Baldwin seems to think that you guys aren't going to charge him with anything and all that stuff. And she literally goes, yeah, I wouldn't say that if I were him.
Yeah.
So maybe something will happen. Can you imagine, dude? Can you imagine? We go from Johnny Depp, Amber Heard,
To this.
to Alec Baldwin trial.
Ugh.
So much to talk about. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You guys get to listen to me bitch for hours and hours and hours on end about this in the future. So if you,
So stay tuned, guys.
yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting. Well, hope you enjoyed the show. I know it was a little long in the tooth for a Wednesday, but we had RJ here, special guest. Shout out RJ.
Shout out.
And shout out Andrew Gilligan, always.
Today's Monday.
Yeah, but this is a Wednesday that it's being. God, everybody does that. It's so
Time,
annoying.
different
Monday, Wednesday,
perceptions
Friday.
of time, Today it's Wednesday for you. I'm on Monday. He's on 13 months.
Yeah, it's a
I'm on
linear
12.
thing.
Yeah.
13.
Lunar.
13.
Different dimension.
Yeah.
Close
It
to
is-
14.
It is nighttime. It's almost fucking Tuesday, to be honest with you.
How you doing?
The so if you like the video, hit the like button.
Like it.
How you doing?
Subscribe, share, comment.
So funny.
Yep.
It's good stuff. Yeah. Subscribe, share, comment, and we'll see you on Friday.